Well, hello, my sweet friend. I am Christina, cake business productivity coach, and someone who truly understands what it feels like to judge creativity, clients, and real life. If you've ever felt tired, overworked, or unsure about how to actually sell your cakes and want to turn your passion into a real, organized, and profitable business, you are in the right place. This podcast is here to help you go from feeling overwhelmed and doing everything on your own to build a cake business that feels organized, sustainable, and actually works for you. Because you're not meant to figure this out alone. Let's go into today's episode and welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Hey, my sweet friend. If you enjoyed this episode, the best way to give back is to follow the podcast, download the episode, and leave a review. It helps more cake artists like you find this space. Share it on social media, tag me at the Arcade Coach, and come say hi. I would love to connect with you. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or check the links in the show notes to stay connected. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art K Coach podcast. Christina here, super happy to be back with you another Tuesday morning here from Lisbon, Portugal. Today's episode, of course, it has to be about time management. Actually, this month, the whole topic of this month, either on the school community, the Art of Cake Business, and on my communities on Facebook. You have two communities, Cake Friends Stay Creative and the Art Cake Coach community, as well as the page everywhere, social media, everything. I've been talking about time management. You know, I'm passionate about time management. If you have listened to this episode or this podcast before, not this episode, this podcast before, if you have watched me in any of my social medias, time management is my thing. And I'm passionate about time management because I do a lot. I'm the kind of person, and I used to struggle with this. I used to struggle with the fact that I thought I had to be like everybody else, had everything figured out, do just one thing, like go to the job, go do your job, come back home, take care of the house or the home or your kids or whatever, go back to bed, go back, go to bed or have dinner, go back to bed, go to bed. Oh my God, I cannot speak today. And then, you know, repeat. And being in a constant loop of, okay, let's just do it again. I thought that was what I supposed to be, but I'm not. And I got to a point, and I think we all do get to a point that we're just honest with ourselves. And I'm the kind of person who likes to do many things at the same time, sometimes. Um, I don't like to be labeled by what I do, but more for what I am. But in order to do many things, I have to manage my time very well. Uh, I'm a person who likes to be involved in many projects at the same time. Um, I like to learn different things at the same time sometimes. So all of these things, they cannot happen unless I manage my time in a way that works for me. And listen, that I didn't say correctly or properly or the way it should be, because there are not shoulds with time management. That's another thing that you learn. You learn to adapt the strategy of your time management to whatever works for you. But of course, we have to start to understand who we are, what we do, how we need to manage our time, what kind of life we want to have, what kind of management we want to implement, and then we implement it. So it's not a cookie cutter, and I've been saying this for a while. There are techniques that you can apply. There are different ideas, techniques that you can apply to your time management, like the Pomodoro technique or blocking time, or I mean, you name it. There are many out there. Um, but they're not going to work unless they resonate with you and they resonate with the life that you have and that you want to have. Um, and unless it adapts to your own routine. So, what is the first thing that we need to do in order to know what adapts to us? We really have to be sincere about where we're at, who we are, where is our mindset, or what is our mindset? What do we expect to do? What do we expect from time management? How much we want to manage it, How much free time do we want to have? I mean, all of this is part of the equation. So, like I said, it's not cookie cutter, it's not one size fits all. It cannot work like that. And that is why I'm passionate about working one on one with so many cake artists, cake decorators, home bakers who are struggling with this, because we sit down and we talk about their needs, their expectations, their life. We need to adapt time management to the life that we live, not to the life that we wish we lived. Because things are going to change with little habits, but we're not going to adapt a plan to a life that doesn't exist. So today, my friends, I want to talk to you about time management struggles, the struggles that our dear K community, you, my sweet baker who is in the other side of this microphone, are living day by day, and how this is connected actually with the productivity of your business and the amount of sales that you can have and the amount of work that you can take in. Our K community is struggling right now. Our K community is in a point of changing. It's in a pivoting point where business plans, business ideas, business models that used to work are no longer working. And there's a big disconnection between what is really happening in the everyday life of our bakers, either cake decorators, cake artists, home bakers, small businesses, cake businesses, wedding cake artists. There is a big gap between what is happening in their real life with economy, with trying to price accordingly because of all the issues our economy is living right now, how hard it is, between managing everything that needs to be managed on a cake business, regardless of what level of cake business you have. There has to be an amount of management. And there was an old model of business that was, I can just bake my cakes from home, maybe post in the local newspaper, talk about it with my neighbors, and depend on word of mouth, maybe have a few pictures on Instagram, and that's it. And I'll keep having customers, I'll keep having new cakes to do every week, and I can just go by without investing in it as a business, without even registering my business, or taking an insurance. It's okay. That doesn't work anymore. Our reality is different. The industry is different. Everything is out there. The exposure that we have, the social media, uh, the amount of, I'm not going to say competition, but it's a busy industry. The amount of cake decorators, bakers who are out there, without talking about the cake content creators, because they are not baking to sell their cakes but to create content, and they're creating an it's different lane, but so far people have not differentiate that lane. So it's not clear which lane do anybody belongs to, and it's become to a point that it's unstable, unbearable for many. And I see it, honestly, I see it kind of a cleansing moment for the industry, but it is in a changing moment. It is a changing moment. It is a pivoting moment. And the ones that are going to survive this curve are the ones that take this seriously. And one of the things that you need to take seriously is the management part of your cake business. And here's where I come with my time management, because that is what I can do. That is how I can help you. So bear with me, because in this episode, we're going to talk about some of the struggles that are connected with time. There are many struggles, and there will be other episodes about struggles. Actually, I'm in the middle of a project with a few people from the industry, trying to find way outs for everything that is going on. But I'm not going to reveal too much about that. But there's so many of the struggles that people have been sharing online that has to do with time management. So I want to talk to you about that today. Let me just interrupt this for a second. If you enjoy these conversations, I also have another podcast called No Icing Cake Talk Unfiltered. And this one is a little different. It's where I talk the real, unfiltered side of the cake industry. The things we don't always say out loud, the private side talks we have with our friends, Only this time, I voice what we're all thinking. So if you ever felt like it is just me who thinks or feel this way, it is not. Go and check out No Icing if you want the real unfiltered side of the cake industry. The struggles that our the members of our dear cake industry keep complaining about, of course, they have to do with the rising cost of all the materials and not making any profit, about the value of our work, about social media, market oversaturation, um, AI, you name it. But when we go to the root of many of these issues, there's some of them that actually can be avoided with a little bit of time management. Is not the solution for everything, I know, is not, but management in general, it is the solution. Oh, my friends, I'm telling you, management is solution. Because I love that. But time management specifically can be the solution to many of the issues that are provoking other issues. So bear with me because this is what I want to share today. When my cake artists, cake decorators, and home bakers out there keep complaining about um, costs, ingredients, you know, taxes, website, packaging, all of it. Um, it all falls into the management area. And one of the things that I've been seeing a lot in this comment is the lack of understanding of the importance of business management. Business management in any kind of business is key. And one of the aspects of business management is, of course, managing time. You not only manage the finances of it, you not only manage um, the customer experience, you not only manage marketing, you not only manage all of the aspects of a business, but you also manage the time that you apply to each of the aspects of that business. And how you manage that time is going to determine the result that you're going to have in all of these areas, in the marketing area, social media area, pricing area, because all refers to the time that you dedicate to each of these aspects. So why do I say that all of this behind the scenes have a big issue of time management? Because, my sweet friends, you haven't even taken the time to think about that. You haven't even taken the time to take it as a business. You haven't even taken the time to sit down and do the math of your own business and realize how many things you actually need to manage. And that is part of the time management. Take the time to do it. So I cannot be telling you, use the Pomodoro technique to work for 25 minutes, rest for 5 minutes, and work 25 more. You're going to be very productive. If I don't tell you, what are you be working on? Are you going to be working what? On watching YouTube videos to learn new decorating techniques, or actually doing the math to profit from your cake business? Or actually investing in a good marketing strategy for your cake business? And yes, my sweet friends, reality check. It is a business. So if I keep listening to complaints saying that, oh, because I have to do this, because I have to think of the marketing, because I have to think, it is a business. That is part of the deal. I'm sorry, but it is. But we do it while we're having fun. So if you're ready to go from hobby to real organized cake business CEO, come and join us. I'll leave the links in the show notes. With a good and healthy time management and a time management strategy, you can actually make time for every aspect of your business. You can make time to work on social media. Social media is one of the biggest struggles that people have been talking about because, I mean, it is draining. It is tiring, honestly. The algorithm changes almost daily. It is so busy. It is not what it used to be. Content creators are struggling. If content creators are struggling, imagine us who are not content creators. So the thing is, if I do not manage not only what I put on social media, but the time that I dedicate on social media becomes my job. And your job is not social media. Your job is to be a baker and to run a business. That is your job. Social media is a marketing tool. So we have to be strong enough to say, how much time do I want to dedicate to this? And what am I going to put into that? All of this is time management. How much time I'm managing this platform, Instagram or whatever, TikTok, whatever is they're using, and what kind of material am I sharing in that? Because it has to be intentional. Otherwise, you're wasting time. So we come back to time management. Burnout. So many cake decorators, cake artists, bakers, home bakers, I mean, you name it, teachers even, are talking about feeling burnout, feeling exhausted, emotionally drained, missing family time, working evenings, holidays, not having weekends. Well, my friends, come on. This is where I come in. Time management. I did it all. All of the things that you mentioned. I was there, done that. I got to a point that I was so exhausted and I didn't have time with my family that I said, no, this has to change. There's no way this has to change. And I talked to this, I just said this yesterday to one of my coaches, where I tried to open her eyes and I said, listen, you started a business because you wanted to have control of it, right? When we start our businesses, we say we don't want to work for anybody. We don't want to hear from any boss. We want to be in control. We want to take decisions, right? And because I love to bake, of course. So why aren't you taking decisions? Deciding the time that you're going to work, the hours that you're going to work are part of that decision making. Simple as that. You don't have anybody to tell you what to do. You can choose. You have that option. That is why that is why you started a cake business from your house or whatever you're at. So you can be in control. So why aren't you being in control of your time? You decide, well, I'm going to work, let's say, Tuesdays to Saturdays. So I'm going to have Sundays and Mondays off. Sunday is my family day. Phone is off. I'm not taking any orders. And you're not. You have to be strong. Monday is my admin day, my starting of the week, my going to the gym, my going to the store, going to the hair salon. I don't care. It's my day. Then I'll work from Tuesday to Saturday. And Saturday may be half day because I'll be delivering cakes or people will be picking up the cakes. That's how I used to work. That's it. And my time was like, I didn't work since 8 in the morning. No, my loved ones. I worked from noon until 7. That was my hours of work. That was it. Because in the mornings I had things to do. That's it. I decided the time that I want to spend. Of course, that has to be managed by the amount of cakes you want to sell, by how much you're charging for those cakes, and how productive your business is. So it's all connected. So burnout is there because you're giving more than you're actually receiving. You're emptying your cup, and you cannot give more of what you don't have. If you're drained, if you're tired, if you're overworked, tired, I think I said tired already. How can you give attention to your family, to yourself, to your business, to your clients? You just can't. So, who is in charge of saying, enough is enough? This is my boundary. I'm setting time to work. I'm setting my schedule. It's you, my darling, nobody else. So, if you don't want to feel burnout, if you don't want to feel tired and exhausted, if you don't want to work holidays, there are ways of doing it through time management and strategizing. There are. You can do it. And that's where I'm here to help you. Remember, we have the school community, the Art of Cake Business, where we work on all of that. But I'm here too. If you wanna reach out and we can have a one-on-one discovery call and we talk about that. Because time management is key for everything else. There are other aspects of the business and other issues in the business that, of course, are beyond time management. But why do I want to, or why do I always rely on time management as a solution? Because whatever solution I need to find for an issue, let's say the market is oversaturated and I need to create either a product or plan on my business that works on this new market that is saturated. I need time to do that. So I fall into time management. Let's say one of your problems is that AI is creating unrealistic expectations. Well, well, I have a personal opinion about that. I think I mean, it's different lane. There are different lanes. Like, you cannot be intimidated. You cannot be intimidated by AI cake that a customer send you a picture. You cannot be intimidated if you are educated in your own trade and you can educate your customer and saying, this is an AI picture and this is setting an expectation that I'm not going to complete at this level because this is not real. But I can show you my cakes and I can show you what I can do. I can adapt this as a reference, as an inspiration picture. Okay? You can do that. It's not that hard. And we need to keep saying it. We need to keep saying it. We cannot expect our customers to know everything. Do you know everything about every store that you go to? How much they spend on, I don't know, overhead? How much it costs for them to produce their products? How many people work at their factories? You don't know that. You just go and buy the product, right? You assume that if that is the price and that is the product, it's for a reason. I guess, right? Well, you might know some information or not, but you know what I mean. So why would we expect the customer to know how much I'm paying for overhead, how much value you should give to my cakes, and that AI is a threat? They don't. They don't. We have to tell them. So all of these issues come to finding a solution. And to find the solution to those issues, you need time management, honey. You need time. You need time to sit down and say, okay, how can I fix this? How can I educate my customer? How can I price better? But working on your business with the time that you're giving, not rushing through time. And whenever you have a free time, and I'm doing the air quotes, keep watching videos on YouTube of how to, I don't know, a new modeling technique. Work on your business. And time management, my friends, is the key for everything. You get my point now. don't go anywhere, because in the next part I'm going to be giving you some tips that you can apply today to use your time, or the time that you have, to work on your business instead of being reactive. I'll be right back. Before we continue with today's episode, a quick thank you to our sponsor, the Vanilla Valley. The Vanilla Valley is a cake decorating supply shop where you can find everything you need, from tools and colorings to cake board, boxes, and other baking essentials. They also run a multi-buy deal on popular brands like Pro Gel, Color Meal, and Sugar and Crumbs, which is perfect for you if you're stocking up your cake studio. You can also join Club VV for free. The more you shop, the more you save throughout the year. And if you're running a busy cake business, they've also launched the VV Wholesales, their wholesale sister company for buying essential items like boards and boxes in bulk. You can find all the links in the show notes. Now, let's get back to our episode. Welcome back, my sweet friends. And in this part, I want to give you some tips that you can use in order to manage your time in a way that is more productive for you. But hang on in there, because I'm not going to give you any Pomodoro technique or any time blocking technique. No, we're going to go a little deeper than that. We're going to go into the mindset that we have for time management. If you want to go to other episodes on time management here on the RK Coach podcast, there's a list on time management episodes, and I share many different techniques that you can apply. But today, I want to go a little bit deeper with you. I want to go to your time management mindset. So the first thing that we need to do when we want to shift how we view time management and how we view finding that solution through time management is we have to face the fact that time is finite. We do not have all the time in the world. And our cake business doesn't have all the time in the world. So, the first question that I want to ask you is how long do you want your business to last? Do you want to retire at some point? Do you want to sell it at some point? Do you want to do this for a little while you, I don't know, you get some money for a project? What is it that you want to do? How much time do you, how much living time are you going to give to your cake business? And I'm not asking it has, but how you're going to give. Remember, it's your business. You take the decisions. Okay, so that is the first question I want you to answer. How long do you want to do what you're doing right now with your cake business? 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, 5 years, 1 year. Give it a time. Because when we see that perspective, we understand that, okay, I cannot waste any more time in thinking, well, maybe tomorrow I'll do it, because I have a time frame of how long this business is going to last. So face the finitude of time. Understand the time is finite, it's not going to last forever, and our cake business is not going to last forever unless you move it on to pass it along and it's a family business. I don't know, but it has a time where you are going to be in charge of it. So think about that. That is the first thing that I want you to think about. Okay, second fact that I want you to think about when we think about time management and our mindset towards time management. The more time you have to do things, the more things you're going to try to do with that time. Yes. Think about this. Imagine this. We have an empty cup, a glass, right? And we have 5 pieces of ice to put into that glass, right? Let's say the glass is your life and the 5 pieces of it's time, sorry. Let's say the glass is time and the ice are the things that you have to do during that time. So we put the 5 pieces of ice in the glass. But we realized that we still have space. So maybe if I put more ice in it, my drink is going to get colder and it's going to be nicer. Let me just put 2 more. But then the bottom ones start to melt and it's leaving room for 1 more. Let me put 1 more. Now let's translate this to the glass being time and the ice being the things that you have to do. You have 5 things to do in a day. You do those 5 things, but one of them was very fast. It melted. So it left me room for more. And you realize that I can do 2 or 3 more. So what can you control? The time that you have or the things that you put into the glass? The ice or the amount of tasks that you do in those hours. So that's why we're always running out of time, because it doesn't matter how much time we have, we keep adding stuff. So do not add more stuff. Plan through the tasks that move the needle of your business, that needs to get done, and that will be done that day. And if one day you finish at 5 p.m. and you're done with everything that it was supposed to do, that to be done that day, and it's okay, and you can stop working at 5, you can actually go and take a long bath or watch a little bit of TV or maybe go out for a walk. It's okay. It is okay. Think about that. Mindset tip number 3, distraction. The reason why we are not taking the best or making the best of the time that we have is because we are constantly getting distracted. We are we're living in a time where distraction, it's a trading coin, because all of this social media, TV, radios, all of the things around us want us to get distracted and pay attention to them. What happened is we're removing the attention of the things that actually matters to our business. We're removing the attention to ourselves, and we're removing the attention of the loved ones, of our loved ones. because we have to follow the next trend. I have to post this. I have to reply to this customer right now. I have to know what's going on with in the cake industry. I just want to check some inspirations, and I end up half an hour checking on reels on social media. And of course, getting stress and a big imposter syndrome feeling because everybody else seems to have everything together but me. That's what usually happens. So distractions are a big issue in our time management. What do you have to do? You have to remove the distractions. That's it. So set time to get distracted because we want to see those reels. We want to check on the news. Well, I don't, but some people do. We want to check on the TV. We want to watch that episode on Netflix, or we want to call that friend. We want to do it, but set time for that. That is where techniques are really good because they set you a time, either block time, the Pomodoro technique, so you can actually dedicate time to one task instead of multitasking many things at the same time. That avoids distraction. Tip number 4, I think, on time management mindset. Patience is a superpower. Be patient. We're living in a constant rush. We're living in times where everything is instant reward or instant result, and everything is a rush. Yesterday, I shared a quote on my social medias, as I do every Monday morning. But this quote actually came from me. I didn't take it from Pinterest, which is usually what I do. And the quote said, "Slow down. Time is not rushing. Time is not going faster. You are the one rushing through time." And it's true, we are the ones rushing through time. We want to do so much with the time that we have that we overwhelm ourselves and we overwork. And actually, if we do an audit of everything that we do, there are many things in there. They're just keeping us busy, but not productive. And they don't matter. Because at the end of the day, maybe I'm missing time with my family to and when I audit my time, I spent 2 hours in a day on social media researching, and I'm doing their quotes right now, when I really got trapped into the rabbit hole of watching reels. And it happens to me. It happens to all of us, let's be honest. So is it about the time that we have, or is it about mm, keeping ourselves busy and adding more things? What is really about? So patience, my friend, is a superpower. Be patient. Don't expect instant result. Work in little things, little habits that pile up. The only thing that has to be done is the things that are prioritized in your schedule, because you have to deliver a cake, because you have to finish a baking, you have to finish a topper. Those are the things that have to be done and have to be prioritized. The rest, be patient. Let's go back to being patient. It's good, actually. It takes the pressure off. And finally, I'm going to give you one more tip, but it has many tips in it because they're all connected. Plan your resting time. Have a hobby or something that doesn't have to do with work. Synchronize your time with others. Find a community. Find people that feed your soul and that feed the soul of your work or your business. Doing it alone in our business is a very lonely one, only adds up to burnout and to stress because we think we're the only ones going through this, and we think that it's only happening to us, and we think that it's our fault, but it's not. It happens to all of us, and the more you rely on a community, the more support you have and the less stress you're going to feel. Believe me, I'm a big believer in community, and I've seen the results of working on a community. Understand that everyone is winging it. Imposter syndrome it's real, and everyone has it. Is not only you. That's why community is important. And especially choose what matters. I'm going to go back to the thing that I said at the beginning. When you started this cake business, you started it not only because you love baking and you love your cakes, but because you wanted that control. You wanted to be your own boss. You wanted to have control of your time and whatever you do. You didn't want anybody telling you what to do. So, why are you expecting somebody to validate your decisions? It is your business. So, you can choose what matters. You decide how to manage your time. You decide how to manage your business. Educate yourself. Find techniques that help you, find community that helps you, but it's you. You have that power now because you took the decision to build a business. That business comes with a lot of responsibility. And yes, it's not going to be as easy as we thought. It's not. Reality check. But it's all in your hands in a good way. You have the control. So you can decide what to do with the time that you have and how to do it. And remember, my friends, if you want help with any of this, time management, community, there is a big community and it's getting bigger at school called the Art of Cake Business that I'm building up just for you, where you can find all the information that you need to build a business that is manageable, profitable, and that you can do it with ease. Education for your cake business, as well as time management, strategizing, social media, everything in between. So I'm waiting there for you. Come to our school community, be part of this community, be an active part of this community. And I'm sure we're going to find the solution for any of the issues that you have in your cake business that is related not only to time management, but to the business management in general. So, my sweet friends, I say goodbye. As I always say goodbye. Thank you so much for listening today. And I really hope that um, time management is not an issue anymore. And remember, I'm here to help. I'm going to leave all of the links in the description of this episode about my time management classes, time management free resources on my webpage, the time management planner that I have also as a product that I have on my webpage, and is a planner that you can download and print, and of course, the school community. And now I say goodbye. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hey, my sweet friend, before you go, I just want to take a moment to remind you you don't have to figure out your cake business alone. There's a lovely cake community waiting for you. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, unsure what to focus on next, or like you're constantly busy but not really moving forward, the Art of Cake Business community is here for you. Inside, you find all the help home bakers need to go from feeling scattered to actually having a clear plan, structure, and direction on their cake business. It's where we talk the real things: pricing, time management, orders, burnout, but we do it while we're having fun. So, if you're ready to go from hobby to real organized cake business CEO, come and join us. I'll leave the links in the show notes.